Let's call the meeting to order.
Turn to the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, public comment. Don't see any public here today. Have we had a chance to read the minutes? Yes, I have.
I didn't see any corrections.
Okay, another motion to approve.
Which set are we talking about? We've got two sets.
No, we got two sets.
One's for the Friday, which is just going into executive session. So
I've talked about them both together, unless you want to do them separate.
I've got one correction on the Friday. Is actually says Tuesday, August 30th, and that should be Friday, August 30th. Other than that, I'm fine with them.
I motion to approve both of them with that correction.
Yes, I'm going to make that motion.
I'll second that. Mr.
All in
Chairman.
favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Nobody. Passes 3-0. Commissioner comments and committee reports.
I have none.
I have none.
Okay, move on to new business. Roger, I'll let you go first.
Kansas Department of Transportation is requesting proposals for the 2020 Bridge Improvement Program for short span bridges. And we have until September 20th to submit a request for funding. It's 90% state funding, 10% funding on our part, but the maximum amount of the grant allowable is $150,000 for the construction of it. I spoke with Schwab and Eaton, who has been most recently doing some work with us on some bridge proposals that we have done. And in this case, there have been a couple of recommendations. One of the recommendations is already underway with Cook, Platte, and Strobel, and so it doesn't make a good candidate. The other bridge is Bridge F.012.4, which is just southeast of Effingham. It's currently a 25-foot long structure. The suggestion is that if when we improve that bridge, we would go to a longer structure, that it probably has a probable cost of somewhere in the neighborhoods of $185,000 total. But it would give us something that we could apply toward to make use of these state funds. I am working with the engineer to make a submittal. Doesn't mean that we will automatically get it, but if we submit, we have a chance to get funding for an additional bridge to keep things from cratering.
And so that, how much does the state pay? Up to how much?
90% up to $150,000.
Okay, so it costs us about $35,000.
It would probably cost us somewhere in the $60,000 to $75,000 range.
Okay.
And which was the second bridge recommended?
The second bridge recommended was E5 14.3.
Okay.
And that is one which is currently already been planned and permits issued to us, that we had Cook, Platte, and Strobel do that one as part of our bond issue. It was a necessary bridge. That's why we moved forward with it already.
G5 14.8.
E514.
Yeah, that one is one that we've already worked on. Looking at this map,
He said 14.3.
oh, 14.3, excuse me.
Okay.
It's this one right here. That was the second one. That one's one we're already working on. The one I'm suggesting to you at this point is the F.012.4, which is where that red dot is right there.
So we need to have a motion to proceed. Is that what you need, Roger?
I would just like a motion, if the commission wishes to proceed with an application for this, I would like a motion to proceed with an application, and then that will authorize me to deal with the engineers to get it done. If the commission says we'd rather not do one at this time, I understand.
I'll make the motion to proceed.
I'll second it. I don't know why we wouldn't want to go for
This movement second, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
it.
Passes 3-0. Okay, anything else, Roger?
Oh, I have nothing else.
Okay, Wes. Yeah, you need to present this one.
Yes, I would think we are. I was talking with Michelle, and she thought that the commission is the one that ought to sign off on this. Either that, or have the clerk herself be the contact person.
So you want to present it?
Yes.
Okay. We'll wait till Wes and then you can.
Yes.
Okay, so I've given you guys a resolution in your folder there, and what that resolution is doing is it's passing our hazard mitigation plan. The hazard mitigation plan is done in regions in Kansas, and we are Region K, and that consists of.
I didn't get one like that.
We just have one.
Oh,
Sorry, just one for you. And Region K is Atchison County, Brown County, Dauphin County, Douglas County, Jackson County, Jefferson County, Marshall County, and Nemaha County, and Washington County. That's the counties that are inside of Region K. So all of us counties got together. We went through all of our hazards. We went through a hazard analysis of what hazards we have in our county. Then we went through analysis on what we're going to do to mitigate those or to work around those for future causes of those hazards. Then we give all that information up to the state, and the state had put together our plan for us, and then they sent it to Homeland Security and to FEMA, which who have approved both of those plans, and which I have the letter right here where they approved those. And then we have to have our counties and our cities adopt the plan after it's been done. So you guys are, I'm asking you to adopt the plan that's before you, and then I have to take it to each of the cities in Atchison County, and they also have to adopt the plan. And what this does is if we have any FEMA dollars or any disasters in the future, we're eligible to get FEMA money to help us fix stuff. If we didn't approve this plan, then we wouldn't ever be eligible for FEMA money,
So do we have a resolution number?
whatever the
2019-14-57.
and we'd have to renew this plan every 5 years. So in 4 years from now, we'll start the plan process again regionally, and we'll do another hazard analysis to make sure our hazards are the same, and they'll redo a plan for us, and then we'll have to adopt it again.
So the chair would entertain a motion to approve resolution 2019-1457, a resolution adopting the Kansas Homeland Security Region K Hazard Mitigation Plan. Do I have a motion?
I so moved.
It's been moved by Commissioner Paul. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Paul. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. Okay, Eric, you got something for us?
Yeah, I've been working on the Kansas Department of Transportation request to exchange federal funds, and under this, they are requesting a contact person, and Michelle and I were reading this, and we thought that this ought to really be the chairman of the commission to be the contact person and signatory of the request. If not, probably the clerk herself would be a good contact person in absence of a permanent road and bridge person this year.
Can we sign 2 people in this? In case
The
chairman's on the
one
board.
portion of it we had Mark Gentry sign, and that was the actual paperwork that we're sending in with the expenses and the fact that it was attesting to the fact that it was bought in 2019 and it's been installed. That was that portion of it. And just reading that, I'd like to make a motion that the chairman of the commission sign off as the contact person for KDOT request to exchange federal funds.
I'd second that motion if there's no question by the chairman.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0.
And I'm sending with that piece, that is the last portion of anything we need for that, and we'll be sending that in today.
Okay.
And that was due by the 15th, but I'm wanting to get it in there.
Okay, I have a request from the courts to approve their 2020 budget. Their actual previous year budget was $65,000. Their proposed new year budget is $70,000. This is what we've already approved. They just want our signature. Kind of a motion to have us. We'll actually have the chair sign the budget.
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
Okay, it's moved and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0.
Because that was an eeny.
Okay, so this is going to be 9. It's hard to believe. The year is going by, gentlemen. Just pass it down. I guess I could pass it down over to them. Okay, so county councilor's not here. Any old businesses? Not seeing any need for an executive.
Old business, do we need to notify the sheriff about the truck trailer out there on the road out west, Mr. Farms?
You want me to do that? I'll email the sheriff. Since that's in my district.
I'm gonna put I wrote my name down, kind of for the contact. I'll let you fill in the phone number of the address. Okay.
I think you need to sign.
This is the signature. Okay.
Thank you.
I don't see any further business. I would motion to adjourn at 1:14.
Also move.
I'll second it.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. We're adjourned.